Welcome to Madrid Pulse, your go-to source for the latest news, events, and everything happening in the heart of Spain. From breaking headlines to local stories that matter, we've got you covered. Don't miss out. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications to stay updated with Madrid's latest news. Let's dive in. Ancelotti and Real Madrid smile again. This is how cruciate ligament recoveries are going. The white squad is preparing to welcome Eder Militao back into their ranks, and all the signs indicate that the Brazilian defender will return just ahead of schedule. After a long and extraordinary recovery process, the defender has shown remarkable progress, which fuels hope within the ranks of the club and among the fans themselves. Militao's recovery is progressing smoothly. Since suffering his second anterior cruciate ligament injury, Militao has followed his usual exhaustive rehabilitation plan, working with his trusted physiotherapist at the club, Jaime Salom. The good news is that this injury was considered by the medical professionals to be cleaner than the first injury, and therefore has continued without any setbacks. The Brazilian center-back has completed all stages of the rehabilitation process without any significant setbacks. The previous experience he has had with this same injury has allowed him to face the recovery with greater tranquility and maturity, having already lived through it before. Knowing his mistakes and successes from that first time, Militao has managed to show a much more balanced method in everything that refers to the physical aspect, as well as the mental aspect. Real Madrid's confidence in Militao. Despite initial doubts raised by a second cruciate ligament injury in such a short space of time, the player's progress has dispelled the club's doubts. Sports medicine experts agree that the news about Militao is positive and that his return is only a matter of time. The defender recently went on a hiking trip in the mountains of Madrid with Salom and some family members. This type of test seeks to assess the stability of his knee in real and demanding situations. 4 months after his operation, doctors estimate that he could be fully recovered between July and August, although everything will depend on his progress in the coming weeks. Real Madrid are not desperate for the return to be imminent and know that it is best for the boy to return in perfect physical condition. At 27, the club is confident that he still has a lot of football in him and that his contribution will be key for the next campaign. Militao's role in the team's future. Although the Brazilian player is still working on getting back to his best, the fact that he is returning is great news for the squad of Carlo Ancelotti. Militao has been one of the key players in the Real Madrid defense, and his absence has wreaked havoc in games this season. The Real Madrid team's planning envisages his gradual and progressive return without forcing it, such as being able to return for a Club World Cup. In the player's own mind, given the various antecedents of his injury, everyone agrees that the best option will be to be patient and not to push it, thus avoiding injury or relapse. Militao's return will not only provide an important boost to the team's defense, but will also have an impact as a morale boost in the dressing room by demonstrating, with hard work, determination, and effort to overcome rehabilitation, his commitment to the club and to the fans. Now, all that remains is for him to return to the green of the Santiago Bernabeu and continue writing his story with the all-white team. Real Madrid currently has 3 footballers recovering from cruciate ligament ruptures. 2 are from the first team, Militao and Carvajal. The third is the gem of Castilla, Joan Martinez, who is almost ready after being injured on the summer tour with the first team. Dani Carvajal has taken his recovery very seriously, and at Real Madrid they are impressed by the progress of the Leganés player. After picking up the injury last October in Real Madrid's win against Villarreal, the youth team player accepted what had happened perfectly and got down to work. Since his operation, his discipline has been incredible. He has worked very hard with the aim of returning to the team as soon as possible, and the deadlines are getting shorter. Just this week, he has put on his boots and stepped back onto the pitch at the Bernabeu, a sensation that has brought joy back to the footballer. Part of Real Madrid's coaching and fitness staff are convinced that Carvajal could be available for the end of the season given his great progress and recovery, but they rule it out, seeing it as an unnecessary risk, and his return will be at the Club World Cup at the earliest. But it remains to be seen whether it is more prudent to wait for the start of the league season.